Hello friends, in this video we are going to discuss the numerical related to measurement of power and energy. So let us read the numerical. The line to line input voltage to the 3-phase 50 Hz AC circuit shown in the figure is 100 volt RMS. Okay, so the line voltage is given. So this is the line voltage. Okay, it is 100 volt, right? Magnitude is 100 volt, right? 100 volt. Next, assuming that the phase sequence is RYB, the wattmeter readings would be, okay. So here line voltage is 100 volt, okay, and it is like a three phase power measurement by using a 2 wattmeter method, okay. So W1 and W2 we need to find, okay. So we know W1 is equal to VL into IL into cos of 30 plus phi, okay. W2 is VL into IL into cos of 30 minus phi, okay. So here we need to find the phi. VL we know, the only thing is again we need to find the IL. IL is nothing but this current, okay, right. So as the load is connected in star, okay, so in the case of star connection, line voltage and line current and phase current both will be same, okay. So line current is equal to phase voltage divided by impedance, okay. So we need to find. So here let us note the given data. VL is 100 volt, IL is equal to VPH divided by impedance. What is VPH? In the case of star connection, VPH is VL by root 3 divided by impedance. So we can write IL is equal to VL is 100 volt divided by root 3 into what is the impedance Z? It is a phi. So we can write it as 100 upon phi, that is 20 divided by root 3, 11.547 ampere, right? This is the IL we are having, right? Next, VL is given, IL we know, right? And phi is equal to 60 degree. So now can we find W1 and W2? Yes. Therefore, W1 is equal to VL into IL, 100 into IL, 11.547 into cos of 30 plus 60. So cos of 30 plus 60, that is cos 90. Cos 90 is 0. So W1 is equal to 0, right? Next, can we find W2? Yes, W2 is equal to 100 into 11.547 into cos of 30 minus 5. So it is a 30 minus 60. Okay. So it is equal to into cos of 30 minus 60. So it is minus 30. So it is 999.99. So it is roughly 1000 watt. Okay. This is the W2 we are having. Right? Are you getting the point? Here try to understand the load is star connected, okay, and in the case of star connection, line current and phase current both are same. So how to find the line current? It is phase voltage divided by impedance, okay. So friends, this is about the numerical number 8. We are going to discuss the numerical number 9 on measurement of power and energy. Let us read the numerical. A single phase load is connected between R and Y terminals of 415 volt symmetrical 3-phase 4-wire system. Okay, so here we are having 3-phase 4-wire. 3 phases are R, Y and B, and here it is neutral. So it is a 3-phase 4-wire. The line voltage is given. It is a 415 volt. Okay, line voltage is given. It is equal to 415 volt. Right. Next, wattmeter is connected in the system as shown in the figure. Okay, so if you check the wattmeter connection, current coil is connected. This is the current coil which is connected in between R and Y, okay, and the potential coil is connected between B and N phase. Okay, so this is the potential coil we are having. Next, the power factor of the load is 0.8 lagging. The wattmeter reading will be, okay, our task is to find the wattmeter reading, that is the W. Okay, so let us note first of all given data. line voltage is 415 volt, right? Power factor is equal to 0.8 lagging, right? And our task is to find wattmeter reading. Our task is to find wattmeter reading. Okay, so now we are going to draw the phasor diagram for this. Okay, so as the phase sequence is RYB, so phasor diagram will be like this. If this is the phasor for VR, next phasor for VY will be lagging to VR by angle 120 degree, and phasor for VB, it will be like this. Okay, so these angles are 120 degree. Okay, 120, 120, and here it is also 120 degree. Okay, next, now if we want to find the reading of the wattmeter, as we know, the reading of the wattmeter is nothing but product of voltage across the potential coil into current flowing through the current coil. Okay, let us consider this current is I. Okay, and cosine of angle between the two, that is nothing but the reading of the wattmeter. Okay, so now if you check the current flowing through the current coil, okay, current flowing through the current coil is equal to I, and this current is nothing but current which is flowing in RY phase. Okay, so first of all we need to draw the phasor for VRY. VRY. So VR minus VY. This is the VY. So here it is the minus VY. Okay. This is the minus VY. Okay. And phasor addition of this VR and minus VY is nothing but VRY, right? Okay. So this is the phasor for VRY. Okay. This angle is 30 degree. Okay, next, now if you check, the power factor is 0.8 lagging. Okay, so power factor is 0.8, so it is cos phi is equal to 0.8. So therefore phi is equal to, we can find cos inverse of 0.8, so it is 36.86 degree. Okay, so here current I will be lagging to voltage VRY by angle 36.869. Okay, so phasor for current I, it will be like this. It is lagging by 36.869. So this is 30 degree. Okay, 36.869 means it will be like this. This is 30 degree, and here it is 6.869. Okay, this current is I. Okay, now as I said, the wattmeter reading is W. Okay, is equal to what? It is a VBN, that is nothing but the VB into I into cos of angle between VBN and I. Okay, so here we can write what is VBN. VBN is nothing but the VB. Okay, VBN is same as that of the VB. Okay, so here we are having the line voltage is 415 volt. Okay, and it is given that the phase single phase load is connected symmetrical 3-phase 4-wire system, so definitely it will be star connected. Okay, so VBN is the phase voltage, so it is like V line divided by root 3 into current I into cos of angle between VBN and I. Okay, now we can write what is VL. VL given, it is a 415 volt. Okay, 415 divided by root 3 into current I. What is the current I? We can find current I by using VRY divided by this 100. Okay, VRY by 100, that is nothing but 415 divided by impedance 100. This is the current I. Okay, into cos of, yes, what is the angle between VBN and I? That is the angle between VB and I. Okay, VBN and I is nothing but angle between VB and I. Okay, this angle is, if you check, this angle is 120 plus this 6.869, so it is like 126.869, 126.869 degree. Okay, so if we simplify it, we can write this minus 596.5 minus 596.59 watt. Okay, this is the reading of the wattmeter. Final answer, right? So here we need to stick with the basics. That is, reading of wattmeter is nothing but voltage across potential coil into current flowing through the current coil and into cos of the angle between the two. Okay, you need to understand this phasor diagram. Okay, so from that we can answer. This is about the numerical number 9. We are going to discuss the numerical number 10 on measurement of power and energy. So let us read the numerical. A wattmeter is measuring the power supplied to a circuit whose power factor is 0.7. The frequency of the supply is 50 cycles per second, that is 50 hertz. The wattmeter has a potential coil circuit of resistance 1000 ohm and the inductance of 0.5 Henry. The error in the meter reading is, okay, and they have given the 4 options. Basically, this question is related to the error in the wattmeter due to the potential coil inductance. Okay, so we have derived the expression percent error. Actually, we have derived this expression in the last chapter. Okay, so percent error is equal to tan phi into tan beta, right, into 100 into 100. This we have derived. Okay, so now for this we require phi, we require beta. Okay, so first beta, can we find beta? We know it is a tan inverse of omega into LP, right, divided by resistance R, okay, of the potential coil circuit. So it is, we can write tan inverse of omega is 2 into pi into frequency, that is 50, into LP, that is the inductance, divided by RP, that is 1000. Okay, so we can check it is equal to 2 pi into 50 into 0.5 divided by 1000, right, tan inverse of this term. So it is 8.927, 8.927, okay, degree. This is a beta, right? Next, can we find the phi? We know power factor. Okay, phi is equal to cos inverse of, what is the power factor? It is a 0.7. So we can write cos inverse of 0.7, 45.57, 45.57 degree. This is phi. Now what is percent error? Therefore percent error is equal to, yes, tan phi into tan beta. Okay, so it is tan of 45.57 into tan beta, tan of 8.927 degree, right, in both the cases, into 100, right. So from this we can write tan of 45.57 into tan of 8.927 into 100, that is 16.02%. Okay, the final answer is 16.02. So option is D, 16% approximately, right. So friends, this is about the numerical number 10 on measurement of power and energy. We are going to discuss the numerical number 11 on measurement of power and energy. So let us read the numerical. The load shown in the figure is supplied by a 400 volt line to line 3-phase source, okay, RYB sequence. The load is balanced and inductive, right. So load is inductive means here the load is RL load we are having. Okay, next, drawing a 3464 volt ampere. Okay, total volt ampere they have given. When the switch S is in position N, the 3 wattmeters W1, W2, W3 reads this much reading. Okay, next, if the switch is moved to position Y, the readings of the wattmeters in watts will be. Okay, so first of all note the given data. This is important. It is given that VL is equal to 400 volt. Okay, next, volt ampere. Okay, load volt ampere, load VA is nothing but 3 into or root 3 into VL into IL. Okay, root 3 into VL into IL is equal to 3464 ampere. Okay, next, now we know VL, so from this can we find IL? Yes, therefore IL we can write it as IL is equal to 3464 divided by root 3 into VL. VL is 400. Okay, so it is 3464 divided by 400 into root 3. Okay, so it is 4.999, means it is a 5 ampere. Okay, 3464 divided by root 3 into 400. Okay, yes, it is a 5 ampere. This is the IL we are having. Next, it is given that 3 wattmeters W1, W2, W3 reads 577.35 watt each. Okay, when the switch is at position N. Okay, so if you check in this circuit, when the switch is connected to the position N, means switch is connected here. Okay, so now here switch is not connected to Y, so switch is connected to the N. So when switch is connected to N, if you check, yes, the wattmeter W1's current coil is in phase R, wattmeter W2 current coil is in phase B, phase Y, and wattmeter W3's current coil is in phase B. Okay, next if you check the pressure coil of W1, it is connected between R and the neutral, right? Pressure coil of the W2 is connected between Y and the neutral, and pressure coil of the W3 is connected between B. W3 is connected between B and the neutral. Okay, so it is like each wattmeter will measure the per phase power. Okay, so here we can write per phase power. Okay, so when switch S is connected, to point N. Okay, we know W1 is equal to 577.35 watts, which is equal to W2, which is equal to W3, right? So all are same. Okay, so therefore can we find the total power? Total power P is equal to what? It is a W1 plus W2 plus W3. So if you check, it is equal to, we can write 577.35 into 3. Okay, so it is 1732.05 watts. This is the total power. Okay, but what is the total power? We know total power is equal to root 3 VL IL into cos phi. Okay, so we can write it as root 3 into VL into IL into cos phi is equal to this much. Okay, so now from this can we write, therefore cos phi is equal to 1732.05 divided by root 3 into VL into IL. Okay, we know VL, we know IL. So from this we can write cos phi is equal to 1732.05 divided by 400 into root 3 into 5. Okay, so it is 0.5. Cos phi is 0.5. Okay, so therefore we can find power factor phi is equal to cos inverse of 0.5. So it is equal to 60 degree. Okay, if you check cos inverse of 0.5, yes, it is equal to 60 degree. So now we can write the reading of the wattmeter. Yes, therefore W1 when the switch is connected to the position Y. Okay, so W1 is equal to, as we know, it is root 3 into VL into IL into cos of 30 plus 5. Okay, and W2 is equal to, we need to find W3, we need to find. Okay, so if you check when the switch is connected to the position Y, so when switch is connected to the position Y, means it is like switch is connected here. So when the switch is connected to the position Y, it is like for a wattmeter W2, pressure coil is connected between phase Y and again to the phase Y only. Okay, so reading of the wattmeter W2, definitely it will be 0. Are you getting the point? Why the wattmeter W2 is showing the 0 reading? Because the voltage across its pressure coil is a 0. Okay, so that's why it will be 0. Okay, so next if you check wattmeter W1, pressure coil is connected between phase R and phase Y. Okay, and for the W3, wattmeter 3, the pressure coil is connected between phase B and phase Y. Okay, so it is like we are having measurement of power by using 2 wattmeter method. So W1 will be like this and W3 will be root 3 into VL into IL into cos of 30 minus 5. So if you put the Y value here, okay, phi value here 60 degree, so it is equal to 0 watt here, and it will show root 3 VLIL into cos of 30 minus 5. So it is 1732.05 or it is watt, right? So if you check the options, correct option is option D. Are you getting the point? Here we need to think, when the switch is connected to the position N, what will happen? When switch is connected to the position Y, what will happen? Okay, so friends, this is about the numerical number 11. We are going to discuss the numerical number 12 on measurement of power and energy. Let us read the numerical. An energy meter having a meter constant of 1200 revolutions per kilowatt hour is found to make 5 revolutions in 75 seconds. The load power is, and they have given the 4 options. Okay, so first of all, note the given data. Yes, the meter constant is 1200 revolutions per kilowatt hour. Okay, so when meter completes 1200 revolutions, yes, it is like a power consumed is equal to 1000, sorry, energy consumed is equal to 1000 watt hour. Okay, but our meter is making 5 revolutions, so it is for 5 revolutions. Can we find what is the energy? Let us consider it as a x. So therefore from this we can find x is equal to 5 into 1000 divided by 1200. Okay, so if you check, it is 5 into 1000, that is a 5000 divided by 1200, so it is 4.166. Okay, this is the in watt hour we are having. Okay, but our task is to find the load power. Okay, so we need to remove here hours. Okay, so therefore power is equal to energy divided by time. Okay, but time should be in hour. Okay, so we can write it as is equal to, what is the energy? It is a x. Okay, so it is 4.166 divided by, now can we convert the time 75 seconds, okay, into hours? Yes, 75 divided by 60, this will be your minute. Okay, and into 60, this will be your hour. Okay, so if you check, it is 4.16 divided by 75 divided by 3600. Okay, so it is 199.9, so it is roughly 200 watts. Okay, so power is equal to 200 watts. So if you check the options, correct option is option C, right? Very simple example. The only thing is we need to understand it. Okay, so this is about the numerical number 12. We are going to discuss the numerical number 13 on measurement of power and energy. Let us read the numerical. A 230 volt 5 ampere 50 hertz single phase house service energy meter has a meter constant of 360 revolutions per kilowatt hour. Okay, means when meter completes 360 revolutions, then it is like a energy recorded is 1 kilowatt hour. Okay, the meter takes 50 seconds for making 51 revolutions. Okay, meter is taking 50 seconds for making 51 revolutions of the disk when connected to a 10 kilowatt unity power factor load. Okay, the error of the in the reading of the meter is, and they have given the 4 options. Okay, so here first thing is meter constant is equal to 360 revolutions per kilowatt hour. Okay, so it is like when meter makes 360 revolutions, it is like energy consumption is equal to 1 kilowatt hour, that is 1000 watt hour. But our meter has completed 51 revolutions, this is the actual reading. Okay, so for 51 revolutions, can we check how much is the energy consumption? Yes, so therefore we can write, means energy read by the meter. Okay, recorded by the meter. Okay, so x is equal to, it is 51 into 1000 divided by 360. Okay, so it is equal to, we can write 51 into 1000 divided by 360, so it is 141.67. 141.67, this is the actually energy which is recorded here by the meter. Okay, in 51 revolutions. Okay, so it is in watt hour. Okay, so therefore power measured is equal to energy x, right, divided by time in hour. Okay, time in hour. Okay, so it is like 141.67 divided by, in how much time the meter has recorded 51 revolutions, that is 50 seconds. Okay, so can we convert that 50 seconds to hour? Yes, it is a 50 upon 3600. Okay, so if you check, it is like 141.67 divided by 50 divided by 3600, so it is 10,200 watts. Okay, so which is equal to 10.2 kilowatt. This is the measured power. Okay, so I am writing it as measured power or power measured power. Now, so measured power is 10.2 and actual power is 10 kilowatt. Okay, so true power is 10 kilowatt. So we can write error. Therefore, error is equal to measured power minus true power divided by, yes, true power. Okay, divided by true power. Measured minus true divided by true. Okay, so if we check, it is equal to 10 into 100 because they have asked for the percentage error. Okay, so we need to put into 100. So it is equal to 0.2 divided by 10 into 100. So it is 2%. Whether it is a plus or minus, if you check, measured power is greater than that of the true power. So error is positive. So it is a plus 2%. Okay. So if you check the options, correct option is option D. Right. So friends, this is about the numerical number 13. We are going to discuss the numerical number 14. Let us read the numerical. The result of ratio of readings of two wattmeters connected to measure power in a balanced 3-phase 3-wire load is R. Okay, so small r they have given. It is a ratio of two wattmeters. Let us consider it as a W1 upon W2. This is the R. Okay, the load is known to be inductive with a lagging power factor. Find the power factor of the load, and they have given the 4 options. Okay, so simple question. Here we know tan phi because recall the measurement of power by using the 2 wattmeter method. Okay, we have derived this expression. Tan phi is equal to root 3 into W1 minus W2 upon W1 plus W2. Okay, next we can write it as is equal to, can we take W2 common, right, from numerator as well as denominator? So it will be like root 3 into, if you take W2 common, so it will be like W1 upon W2 minus 1 upon W1 plus W2 plus 1. Okay, so further we can write it as is equal to, this is root 3 into W1 upon W2 is like a, we are having R. Okay, so it is like a R. So we can write root 3 into R minus 1 upon R plus 1. Okay, this is a tan phi. Next we know cos phi is equal to 1 by sec phi, right, 1 upon sec phi. Okay, next again, what is the sec phi? Can we replace sec phi is equal to under root 1 plus tan square phi? Yes, so it is like 1 upon under root 1 plus tan square. 1 plus tan square is sec square. Okay, so under root sec square is like a sec phi. Okay, so it is a 1 plus tan square. Okay, 1 plus tan square is nothing but the sec square. Okay, so next we can write again tan phi, we are having this one. Okay, so tan square we can replace square of this bracket. Okay, so it is like 1 upon under root, yes, replace tan square phi with this expression. Okay, so it is 1 upon under root 1 plus, yes, it is 3 into r minus 1 upon r plus 1 bracket square. Okay, this is a cos phi, and that is nothing but the power factor we are having. Are you getting the point? Okay, because it is a tan square, so we need to square this term. So square of the square root 3, it is like a 3 only. Okay, r minus 1 upon r plus 1, right? So if you check the options, correct option is option B, right? So friends, this is about the numerical number 14. Thank you.